This is Katie Colleen here. Welcome back, Colleen Clan, or if you're new, then come join the family for the 5th and final episode of my HerUniverse design build. So in all of the previous episodes, I got accepted into the HerUniverse Fashion show with my Carmen Sandiego design, inspired by the Carmen Sandiego series on Netflix. I made a bodysuit leotard, I made this lovely coat, I made this hat, and the design is for the most part finished. So I made sure I finished the design with enough time to add some decorations to Walter the wheelchair. I would like to make some wheel covers, and I would like to make a back cover for the wheelchair. And let's get into decorating Walter with his own Carmen Sandiego outfit to match mine. I got a nice little fabric sandwich going on here. We got the gold, which will then be appliqued onto the stretch pleather, which is over a layer of felt. I just wanted to add a little bit more durability, and also I don't have any tearaway stabilizer for the applique, so I'm hoping the felt can just kind of act as its own stabilizer, and it'll also make the whole thing more durable. And then the bottom layer is the 4-way matte stretch. I'm going to start by sewing this stretch pleather layer to the felt so they act as one layer that does not stretch as much, hopefully. And then I can applique this piece on, and then we can just kind of close it up with this lining layer, and hopefully that works. Okay, here is my plan. So I got all my little loop things. Honestly, making all these little guys reminded me of making all the belt loops. So just tedious and a long time to make all these little guys. We have the center of the wheel here. I'm leaving this space open so I can still pop the wheels on and off without removing the cover. And I have all of these which connect to these pieces right here. So I have one little belt loop guy hanging out for each of those pieces of the wheel. So all that's left is to take our inside lining, which is this guy, and sew it over the back. It is Tuesday, May 18th at 7:50 in the morning. So I'm about to head out to work, but I did want to share that we now have 2 wheel covers. This one and this one. So the goal for tomorrow morning before work is going to be to finish up this little circle here. I do kind of want to make it bigger. So the thing about these wheels, right, is you have to pull the wheel off, right? So generally I put my fingers through the spokes of the wheel, and that's how I pull it off. So kind of like that. See how I'm like grabbing around the spokes to pull it? And if I make this circle too small, I cannot grab the spokes of the wheel to pull it out or push it in. It is Wednesday, May 19th at 6:45 in the morning, and I have figured out our little problem here. This is just a bias tape that I wrapped around the center of that really small hole there. That's how the back looks. It's pretty ugly, but you're never gonna see the back. You only see the front. So I already started into the back detail for the wheelchair, and I kind of patterned out the hat symbol. So here's how it looks right now. Honestly, it kind of looks like the Pizza Hut logo. I actually had like rewatched the series and took pictures. So this is how it's supposed to look. I don't have this white contrast, and I don't really want to add the white, and I feel like the gold is too much. So hopefully this is enough that people get the right idea about it. It is Thursday, May 20th. It's 7:30. Here is our back design. I spent a lot of time this morning deciding if I even wanted it, And I'm still not sure I actually want the back design. The last back design I did for a tutorial, I just had it hanging from the push handles, but I will not be using the push handles for this just because they kind of get in the way, and I'll obviously be pushing myself down the runway. The way that I did this is there are 2 casing channels, one at the top here and one at the bottom here. And I'm going to put elastic through the casing channels, and then that will wrap around the back of the wheelchair. Okay, so that's the elastic. It is 7:42 on Saturday, May 22nd. Welcome to my very last weekend before the HerUniverse runway videography photo shoot thing. So all the wheelchair decorations are done. The back piece, both of the wheel pieces. Walter isn't dressed right now because I actually need to use Walter to do things before the photo shoot. So that means the rest of this video is just kind of bonus things that I did before the photo shoot. First of all, I'd like to make a pair of leggings. I was reviewing the footage I recorded in my last video where I did a practice runway with everything I had of the design, and I just did not like the not pleather leggings. So because I have some extra time, I would love to make some stretch pleather leggings that are the same fabric as the bodysuit. Okay, here are the stretch pleather pants. I will admit they're a little bit baggy in the butt area, and I don't really care because I'm wearing this leotard over that. And the, I don't know, fortunate thing about being a wheelchair user is you don't actually see my butt. It is Sunday, May 23rd at about noon. This wig, wow, I mentioned it all the way back in episode 1, I think. This is the most expensive and nicest wig I own, at least on a price point look at things. And I thought I would really like it just pulling out of the bag. My plan was to just literally pull this out of the bag and stick it on my head. But it didn't have as much volume. If you look at Carmen in the show, her hair has so much volume. Like, honestly, if I could get that kind of volume, like, things would be different. I mean, obviously I don't have that much hair, but... So the way I've been adding volume, I kind of think of it like a petticoat adds volume to a skirt. I've been doing like really tight ringlet curls on the under layer of the wig, and this has kind of been pushing out this top layer of the wig so that it looks more voluminous. Okay, so all I want to say is this makeup test saved the show. Saved the whole show. The thing is, I decided I was gonna go all out with Carmen, and I purchased a really nice liquid lip, okay? And that's the one I'm wearing right now. And looking at it now, it was not the right choice. I think it was probably a good idea for maybe a more canon Carmen look. My coat is a much brighter red than the coat that she wears in the series, so I don't think it was a bad idea, but it is not for this look. It's really not. And honestly, I'm not really loving how I did the eyeshadow either. I used glitter, and I don't think that's the right look for Carmen either. So I'm going to try a different lipstick, and we're gonna see if that's better, because this was not it. Hello. We are done filming the runway, and it was quite the undertaking, but we are done. All I have to do is press submit, and the HerUniverse adventure is over. We're done. This has been a huge opportunity for me. I'm just so thrilled I got to be a part of this, and I guess I'll see you guys all at the fashion show. It is July 23rd at 3:53 in the afternoon. Hello everyone! How are you doing? Welcome back! Today's the fashion show! I'm getting ready for the fashion show watch party. And even though it seemed like just a few seconds to you guys, it's been 2 whole months for me. So I just want to kind of fill you in a little bit. So the last time you saw me was after the photo shoot. I was horribly exhausted after that photo shoot, so I don't think I even did a really good job in that clip. So what can I say about the photo shoot? Okay, so it was actually filmed in a yoga studio. So when you see the backdrop, there's actually like workout equipment and dumbbells and like exercise stuff behind that backdrop. And we only used like one backdrop, and basically we just made it look like there was a whole stage. I don't know if that actually worked. I would have melted into a puddle if we filmed outside. I would have been a little Colleen puddle on the sidewalk, and that would have been it. So I'm really grateful we found an indoor place that has air conditioning. And this yoga studio was actually on the 2nd floor. So my darling husband, he basically like had to kind of carry me up the stairs. He like half carried me kind of thing up the stairs. Then he had to walk down the stairs, carry up my wheelchair, carry up my camera equipment, the lighting, the costume. So my husband is the real MVP of that whole photo shoot, runway photo shoot. We finally got it done. I was exhausted. I went home and slept for like the rest of the day. So today is the virtual fashion show. How am I feeling? It's a really weird mix of emotions. It really is. I'm nervous, but I filmed this 2 months ago. So it's like not as much nervous to do my runway as like nervous to see how people will react to seeing my runway. Also, I did a lot of stuff in the last 2 months. My brain has already gone other places. My brain has already gone to other projects and done other things. And it's really weird kind of coming back and, you know, going back to a project I did 2 months ago and getting myself like excited. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up because I only have 30 minutes until the watch party and I'm taking forever putting on my makeup because I'd rather talk to a camera than put on my makeup. We're ready for the watch party. This is my watch party outfit for Carmen. I got a pantsuit. I feel like it's something Carmen would wear. I kind of am obsessed with pantsuits now. My husband is watching with me. The real MVP. He carried me in a wheelchair and a whole bunch of other things up the stairs. So we're ready. So I'm gonna start the watch party in about 5 minutes and we'll see if anyone likes what I made. But then we're gonna go get sushi. So even if it goes horribly, I still get sushi at the end of the day. So it is a win for everybody. So let's check out this fashion show, and you guys are coming with me. This is Katie Colleen here, and geek culture to me means freedom. It gives me the freedom to express my love for all these shows I adore, but I'm not boxed in by screen-accurate representations or modern beauty trends or fashions. I can make something that is completely unique and authentic to myself. I'm such a struggle bus. Love for all these things I really enjoy. There was a time in my life I felt that the mobility aids I used made me look ugly. They were distracting from my look. And as I've gone through my own personal self-confidence journey, I've realized that decorations or not, mobility aids are beautiful and that fashion is absolutely for everyone. So thank you HerUniverse for having me at the HerUniverse Fashion Show this year, and I hope you all enjoy my design, the red coat and hat.
Here we go.
That's your videography work, babe.
I know.
Those designs were gorgeous. Those designs were absolutely gorgeous. I was completely blown away. So, okay, I'll see you guys soon. Let's go get some really tasty sushi. It is August 23rd at 7:30 in the morning. So it's been about a month since the fashion show live stream, and I just wanted to give you guys my final thoughts on the whole fashion show experience. So if you've actually watched my other episodes, you'll see that this was a lot of effort, a lot of money. I spent a lot of time being tired, and it was overall very challenging. So do I regret entering the virtual show? No, I don't. So while it was really hard, this was probably the most challenging project I've ever done. And there's something like really cool about making something so challenging. Furthermore, this kind of introduced me a little bit into the fashion world. So I've been looking a bit more into fashion shows, not geek fashion, but like just straight up like fashion shows. And I've also been doing a lot of research into accessible fashion, and I think that that is pretty darn cool. Would I apply to the 2022 show? I am planning on sending in an application, and if I get accepted, that would be really cool. That being said, the virtual show was obviously the most accessible for me. I didn't have to travel with my wheelchair, which the idea of putting my wheelchair on a plane is absolutely terrifying. But, you know, I feel like I could still make it work if I got accepted, and I would love to go to the actual in-person HerUniverse Fashion show at San Diego Comic-Con should you apply to the HerUniverse Fashion show. I definitely think so, yeah, if that's something that interests you. So I've delved really deep into fashion show stuff, as I mentioned. So from what I've found, the HerUniverse Fashion show is one of the few shows that literally you don't need any prior experience. So you can apply to this show and even get in without ever having done a design before. So you do still have to have the skills to create the design that you submit, right? But they do not require any previous experience in designing or modeling if you'd like to model your own design. So I definitely recommend it if you are a cosplayer and want to kind of get a little bit into the fashion world. It's a really good opportunity. Or if you're in the fashion world and want to get a little bit into the cosplay world, I think it's really cool. And furthermore, if you get accepted and you make a design, you can then use that as experience when you're looking at other fashion shows. So with that being said, I just want to extend a huge thank you to the people who have actually watched this series. Especially those who have made it to this point in the video of the last episode of this series. Like, this was a huge opportunity for me and I was super excited about it, so it just makes me really happy to see that you were also interested in watching it. And so next I'm going to be jumping into some cosplay stuff. We're going to be getting back to the Colleen cosplay roots. We're going to be getting back to doing some Supergirl cosplay and going to cons sometime. Maybe. We will still see if I actually end up going to cons. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!